Welcome to the Feel Good Flow Yoga Fridays. I am Suzanne Sherrard, a yoga teacher, and I'm your host today. I'm going to put up a short countdown timer so everyone can see that I'm live, and I will be right back. So recently, I was shopping at a clothing store and checking out. There was a woman that was behind the counter checking me out, and she was there. She had a friend there. So the three of us got into a conversation, and they asked me what I did for a living. And of course, I told them a yoga teacher. And immediately the friend said, "Oh, I'm way too fat to do yoga. I can't do that. I can't get in those poses. That's way too hard, way too big, way too fat. Nope, nope, nope." And my heart just immediately sunk because here was this beautiful woman who yoga could potentially change her life and help her to physically feel so good, but she totally rejected the idea before she even found out any information about it. And my very first reaction to her was, "Did your doctor tell you that you can't exercise?" And she says, "Oh, no, my doctor would absolutely tell me I do need to exercise because I have stiffness in my neck and my shoulders. I carry all my stress there. My knees hurt all the time. I definitely should be stretching and exercising, but I'm just way too big and it's way too hard." So that is the topic today. I'm way too something. I'm too heavy. I'm too old. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. And we're going to be talking about the mindset of why do we think that way and the three shifts to help you to realize and come out of that thinking to so appreciate that yoga is for everybody. BODY, everybody, unless your doctor's told you that you can't move and stretch. So let me know in the comments what you think about. If this subject resonates with you, stick with me because I'm going to be giving you some of the science and the background, the history of why do we think that way. And hey there, I'm Suzanne Sherrard. If you haven't met me, by the way, I'm a yoga teacher. I'm the founder of the Yoga and Movement Circle, where I teach 11 live Zoom classes a week in my community. We do chair and seated Pilates, standing and on the mat yoga classes, basic weight training, and we love to physically feel good. This is for women 40 plus. And I would love to invite you to a free class if this resonates with you and you are feeling like you really want to start physically feeling good and start stretching and you need some help with that, then comment free yoga and I'll reach out to you and we'll decide what's the best class for you to attend. And you can come no obligation, come just give it a try. So, uh, let me know in the comments before we get going. Say hi, be sure and subscribe up above so that you can get notified when I'm live every Friday at 11 Central, noon Eastern. And let me know in the comments what is your too something. You're too fat, you're too tired, you're too busy, you're too old. Let me know in the comments, and no shame because we have all been there, myself included. As someone who has overcome chronic pain from an 8-9 down to a 2-3 using yoga, someone who felt like she was too fat to do yoga, someone who procrastinated because I thought it was way too hard to do yoga. These are all lies that I told myself. And so let's jump into the training because I love this first point. The very first point. So if you're similar age as myself, you grew up in the 60s and the 70s, um, and we were just so conditioned to have inspiration to beautiful bodies. Bo Derek, the 10, that was maybe more in the 80s, but we had Cher, we had Farrah Fawcett, and then in the exercise world, of course, Jane Fonda, and then Denise Austin in the 80s. Such a beautiful woman, beautiful figure. But for a lot of us that don't have those figures, we would feel very shamed. We felt like exercise is not available to us because we don't look like that. And we aspired to be that way. We wanted to be that way, but we just weren't born like that, or it was difficult to attain that. And there's no shame in that because we should be loving our body. And here's the thing, I really do love seeing all of the information awareness coming out today about, for example, what's in our food and how it's hurting us, all the chemicals. We start to realize that the food industry wants to maybe keep us sick. They want to keep us in the medical system, go to the doctors, take all the medicine. Big pharma, it's all connected, right? What if they also controlled our thought perceptions on, is movement available to us? So when you look at the diet industry, it was all kind of a shameful thing. You can't be this way, you have to be that way. Exercise is really hard, and it's only available for a certain community. But that's really starting to change, and I love that. I love seeing large women doing yoga in amazing poses that I certainly can't even do. So it just goes to show you that that's incorrect thinking. That was all a lie. I watched some YouTube videos of women who are 3 times larger than me and doing way more difficult pretzel-shaped yoga poses, and it's amazing, it's beautiful. It's all about stretching and feeling physically good, and it has nothing to do with size. So that is the very first number one point that I wanna make, is we should be doing this because it feels good to our body. We shouldn't be worrying about how do we look in our exercise outfit? How do we look compared to the woman next to us in class? We should be coming to exercise class, yoga classes to get stronger, to feel physically great, to have more energy, to keep our independence, to keep our health and have more longevity. So that is point number one. And then the second thing is it really is for everybody. And I'm saying that as two words, not as one. And so I want to give you a couple of examples. I have had students come to my class in their 80s with a walker. I have had currently actually work with someone in a wheelchair. I've had people with chronic pain, Parkinson's, tremors, shaking, lupus. I've worked with women who needed to stretch and exercise at home in their recliner because they had a rod in their back, some really serious physical things. But their doctor told them that they should move, they should exercise, they should stretch to physically feel good. And that's the key right there. So unless your doctor has told you that you can't exercise, it is available to everyone. Modifications need to come into play for certain. And I had one client that she came to my class and she felt very shamed, and she told me, I'm not going to be like the other people in the class. I'm probably not going to be able to keep up. I'm very weak, and I have come through chemotherapy for a couple of years. I have cancer and I've been very, very sick and I haven't moved very much in the last couple of years. And she was looking down, she had her head down, and she just felt really, she seemed very defeated. And I looked her in the eye and I told her, "You are the class's inspiration. Oh my goodness, you have been through so much to overcome cancer and to come into remission. And now you are here in a yoga class to build your strength up. We all admire you. And you should hold your head up high and be very proud of who you are. And come to class and feel good for yourself. It doesn't matter if I'm doing 10 of one rep. You start where you're at. Maybe you do 2 or 3. You physically do what feels good to your body. The biggest tip that I can give you is keep coming. Don't stop, because that's where you're going to really get your strength back. So that is a little story to give you a really deep example of yoga is for everybody, because if she can come to class having been through extreme cancer. She said she almost died, and it was a miracle that she was even there. So uh, people have real resolve and real determination to get their health back. So it really is for everyone in that sense when you start thinking about it. The second, or the third point that I want to talk about is yoga for aging and strength. So another one of my clients, she had a lot of low back pain, and she told me that even vacuuming her house would put her sometimes out for a week or so. She had a bulging disc and she had a lot of back pain. And so let's do a routine specific for you. Everyone in the class, we are going to be working on strengthening the low back. This is something that Donna needs, and having strength in the low back is great. We all need this. It helps to align our hips. It helps support our hips if you have hip pain or stiffness in your hips. It also helps with our posture and our strength of our shoulders. So having a strong back holds us up, having a strong core. It all is connected. And so we went on a journey as a class to learn lots of new low back stretches. And I believe that we chose maybe 30 to 40 new yoga stretches for her that she said were amazing, that it was is similar what she did in physical therapy. Actually, she kept telling me that, "Oh, this is what I did in physical therapy. This is just a little bit of a different take on it, but this is the same thing." And she kept telling me over and over how much better she was getting, how much stronger her back was getting. She didn't overcome her chronic pain, but she was able to start vacuuming, and she wasn't out for a week. Um, so exercise and stretching on a regular basis, it will make you stronger. And those are the 3 points that I have for you. Point 1, think of your conditioning, think of how you grew up, think of your mindset as it relates to your body coming to class. What holds you back? Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that. Let me know what era you grew up in. So the 50s are way different than today, right? So just things to think about that maybe you hadn't considered. How was the diet industry controlling the message out there, and how did you relate to that? So to the woman who told me, "Oh, I'm way too fat to do yoga. That's way too hard. I can't get in those poses at all." But your doctor said that you should stretch, and it's going to help you. It's going to feel good. Maybe dive deeper into why. Why do you think like that? What's holding you back? What's the procrastination? And that's a whole nother topic, procrastination. We'll have to do that on the next session. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you learned a lot. I like to try to keep these lives sort of short. And I so appreciate you guys. I love doing yoga poses. I'm going to be coming and doing short little reels every Friday as well. Stretches for the low back, stretches for the hips. standing, seated, chair Pilates, some basic weight training with just some dumbbells. And again, if all of this resonated with you, then comment for yoga. I will reach out to you and let's set up a class that's really a good fit for you. Come and try it. That's the thing. Come and try it. So take care, my yoga friends. And until next Friday, I will talk to you soon. Be sure and subscribe so that you'll get notified of all the videos coming out. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.